The Agronomic Institute for Overseas presents Strengthening the Capacity to Satisfy Basic Needs of Displaced Family Groups as a Consequence of War in Angola, denominated the Family Self-Sufficiency Program. The Family Self-Sufficiency Program, that we shall call the Program, was established by the Directorate General for Development Cooperation of the Italian Ministry for Foreign Affairs in order to fund an initiative that aims to mitigate the effects of the war in Angola on vulnerable groups of the civilian population forced to abandon their places of origin in order to escape the violence of war. After abandoning their homes, their land, livestock and all their other possessions, these families would often arrive in other areas considered to be safer, but could rely only on humanitarian aid from the international community. The Directorate General for Development Cooperation asked the IAO, the Agronomic Institute for Overseas, which is the Foreign Ministry's scientific and technical organ for agriculture, the environment and development, to work on an aid program for these populations. The Institute formulated the program that received funding and began in August 2001. The Angolan Institute, that was the IAO's partner, was the Ministry for Agriculture and Rural Development, MINADER. MINADER chose 3 rural communities in 3 different Angolan provinces where there were displaced families, but without discriminating against the families already residing in those areas, which were often living in not very different conditions. The community of Vitatanque in the province of Luanda, consisting of 1,920 families and 11,900 people. The community of Gimbe in the province of Bengo, consisting of 310 families and 1,915 people. The community of Pombanova in the province of Kwanza Sul, consisting of 600 families and 3,700 people. In addition to the families directly residing in the community, other families located in the immediate vicinity have used the services provided by the program, so that approximately 22,900 people have benefited from this initiative. In general, the program aimed to improve the living conditions of the families in the 3 communities, but more precisely its aim was to promote and support their capacity to gradually but autonomously provide for their basic needs. The identification of the problems, their solutions and the projects had to be achieved with the maximum participation and involvement of the populations in question. The IAO methodology entailed a series of participatory diagnostic meetings with the community to be periodically repeated. The first diagnostic meeting served to identify the problems perceived to be the most urgent and a priority for the beneficiaries. The 3 communities all considered the following problems to be urgent: lack of food safety, lack of health safety, lack of drinking water, lack of basic education. In fact, because of the exodus, many children and adolescents had never attended school. Consequently, the first decisions involved the creation and entry into service of a health centre in each community, with health personnel, equipment and medicines. The program distributed to the families agricultural equipment, seeds and fertilizers in order to recommence agricultural food production. Three water treatment plants for drinking water were built, one in each community. 5 schools to accommodate 4,500 pupils have been built and made operational. In the after-school hours, the same schools provide literacy courses for adults. New problems emerged during subsequent discussions with the communities. Agricultural production was unreliable owing to scarce and irregular rainfall. Some families were unable to provide the necessary labour to cultivate their plots, for example, widows with children. Some of the people were not from a farming tradition, but used to have other occupations. With the community's agreement, the programme therefore set up 3 irrigation perimeters. Two rural markets for the development of trade.